Hi YouTube, I'm Kirsty, and in case you missed NXT UK last night, I got you. Okay, we start off with Trent Seven saying he's going to knock Walter's head off his shoulders tonight. They are the main event. And remember a couple weeks ago when Mustache Mountain was fighting some of were they fighting Imperium, or did Imperium just come out? I think they were fighting, it was tag team, 2 guys from Imperium. The rest of Imperium came out. They had handcuffed Trent Seven around the ring post, and then they all just went ham on Tyler Bate. And Tyler Bate is still hospitalized, not medically cleared. So this was Trent Seven redeeming not just himself, but his friend, Trent Seven Army, payback for Walter. That is the main event. Our first match was Kenny Williams versus Noam Dar. I remember Kenny was trying to be Noam's friend, and he pulled that steel chair and watched Noam from the ringside that one time, and Noam kept asking for the steel chair and Kenny wouldn't give it to him. Well, now they have beef. Dar runs the ropes. Kenny first jumps over him, and then you know how they drop to the ground so the person has to run over them? Well, in doing so, Kenny Williams hit his face on the mat, purely of his own fault. So Dar runs over and tussles his hair. Then Kenny runs ropes and Dar stops and he drops to all fours, and Kenny comes and gets on all fours next to him and tussles his hair. So we are in a hair tussling war. Kenny runs the ropes and stops as Dar falls. Oh, I just said that. Sorry. Dar slaps him after that hair tussle. Kenny throws him ringside, drop kicks Dar through the ropes. Dar starts to come back in, but turns around and does a big clothesline to Kenny. They get back in the ring, and Kenny does a bunch of forearms to Dar. Dar super kicks Kenny. Kenny does the springboard back elbow, and Dar does the fisherman suplex, but Kenny kicks out. There's a double clothesline, and Dar just starts pushing his chest. What wrestling move is that, bro? Kenny does a lariat, and Dar starts doing a submission to Kenny's leg, but Kenny hits the ropes. And in doing the submission, when he has to let go, Noam Dar takes off Kenny's shoe. So he kind of waves it at the ref, and then when the ref reaches for it, Noam just kind of throws it. So the ref is pretty angry and starts yelling at him that he's going to kick him out if he doesn't, play fair and whatnot. So the ref turns around to pick up the shoe, and that's when Noam Dar does a low blow to Kenny. Then when the ref turns back around, he does a drop kick, cover for 3, and Noam Dar wins. Then there's a really weird interview with grizzled young veterans. Basically, they just yell at the interviewer, the guy with the hair, the awesome hair. They just keep yelling at him to find them new opponents. He doesn't even get to ask a question. Okay, and for the first time in NXT UK history, we have a 6-woman tag match. It's Jenny, and wherever Jenny goes, Jazzy Gabber follows. It's them and Kaylee Ray versus Zaya Brookside, Piper Niven, and Toni Storm. We start with Kaylee versus Zaya. Zaya quickly tags Toni, and Kaylee quickly tags Jenny, which is weird because Kaylee Ray and Toni Storm are fighting at the takeover, the Cardiff takeover. Guess she just doesn't want a piece of her yet. Jenny slaps Toni. Toni does some big knees. Jenny tags Jazzy, and Toni tags Piper. There's a shoulder tackle to Piper. Then Jazzy tags Jenny. Piper does a huge slam to Jenny, tag to Zaya. Zaya does a big elbow, and Jenny tags Kaylee. Kaylee elbows Zaya, tag to Jazzy. They're tagging quick. Jazzy does a big slam to Zaya. Zaya just throws Zaya around. It's almost painful to watch. She tags to Kaylee Ray. Kaylee pushes Zaya's throat into the ropes. Kaylee kicks Zaya's back, and Zaya is forced back into the turnbuckle where she punches both Jazzy and Jenny ringside. Then there is a tag to Tony. Tony does so many German suplexes to Jenny. I guess Jenny's back in at this point. My bad. A lot of things were happening. I kept rewinding, but then I rewound too far. Look at all this. I was saying everything that just happened because I thought it was happening again. So I had to scratch it all out. So that is 1000% my bad, guys. Jenny rolls out of the ring. This is where it gets interesting. Kaylee comes into the ring and Piper headbutts her, throws her out of the ring. Jazzy starts running for them, and Tony and Piper pull down the rope, so all three heel women are on ringside. So first we have Tony runs across the ring, dives. Then Piper Nivens walks up the stairs, comes to the apron, dives on them. And then off the top rope is Zaya, dives into all of them. They get back in the ropes. Tony kicks and starts to DDT Jenny, but Jazzy breaks it up. So Piper does a crossbody to Jazzy. Tony headbutts Jenny, tag to Zaya. Zaya's on the top rope, but Jazzy grabs her. Jenny face buster to Zaya. Jenny, Jazzy, Kaylee, Ray win. Sorry, that was really confusing, but it was so awesome and just things happen so fast. That's why when there's a tag match, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so confusing to speak about. Now we have our main event, Trent Seven versus Walter. First of all, how long is the Download Festival in England? Like, I swear it's been going on for months. That is one heck of a festival. And second of all, every week does Aiden English immediately go from 205 Live, fly to England, and do NXT UK? Like, what's the turnaround time? I don't know. He impresses me. Okay. Trent Seven dives at Walter before the bell. After the bell rings, Trent Seven gets Walter over the ropes, dives on him, backdrops Walter ringside. They get back in the ring before the 10 count. Trent Seven is just chop, 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 chop. Like, Walter's chest is red and there's little droplets of blood. Walter slams Trent Seven. There's some holds. Trent Seven does a big clothesline and more chops to Walter. Walter has a huge knee strike. More Trent Seven chops send Walter to ringside, and Trent Seven goes up to the top rope. But Walter pushes him off, and he climbs to the top rope. Trent Seven greets him up there with more chops. Then Trent Seven, they're both on the top rope of the turnbuckle. Trent Seven superplexes Walter from the top rope. But unfortunately, guys, I think that might have hurt Trent Seven more than it hurt Walter. They go to ringside where Walter chops Trent Seven, gives him a huge kick to the head, power bombs Trent off the apron, go back in the ring, 2 more power bombs. The rest of Imperium walks down the ramp to ringside, turns around facing the ramp like they're waiting for somebody. Everyone shouting Bruiserweight. We think maybe if Tyler Bates still hospitalized, maybe, just maybe, Pete Dunne will come and save Trent Seven. Walter does like 3 more power bombs. Then Imperium turns back around to face the ring. Like 2 more power bombs. Trent Seven is lifeless. The ref calls it, which is probably the right thing to do. Walter wins. What are you going to do? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm about to watch NXT, I believe, right now. We never know. We never know what I'm going to do. I could get distracted by a troll doll. Thank you. If I don't annoy you too much, feel free to subscribe. If you are subscribing, thank you. Appreciate you. I do a podcast with Oz Banks called Beyond Serious, Not Safe for Work. Follow me on Twitter at always_KIRSTIE. And I am planning on seeing you in a little bit for NXT before work, and then after work, I'll do Big Brother, and I might have a surprise! Ah! Anyway, thank you so much for watching.